Hello everyone, it's me, Patricia. I know I haven't been on this podcast so far, but I like this introduction, so here it is. I'm one of the 6 volunteers of an NGO called Euro for Youth here in Krakow. As you know, our podcast talks about figuring out life abroad. In the previous episodes, we shared some of the experiences, and today we'll do the same, but with a twist. Wait, which one was it? We'll cover ESC volunteering as one of the options for living abroad, as well as host an ex-ESC volunteer who spilled the tea on volunteering. I know you might ask yourself now, why become an ESC volunteer? Well, among traveling abroad, meeting new people and their individual cultures, developing lifelong skills, bettering a community, whether locally or internationally, learning about yourself, having your basic needs covered like accommodation, health insurance, travel insurance, volunteering can give you the chance to taste moving abroad on your own. However, don't get worried. In most cases, you won't be alone. But let's start from the beginning. How did I get here and how did Ece? Ece is a guest on today's episode, and who is she? You're about to find out.
Hi, I'm Ece. I'm 21 years old and I live in Turkey, Istanbul. And I study chemistry and it's my last year. So I'm here in Poland for internship and I met with Patricia and here I am about to tell you guys about the ESC volunteering project.
We are going to start with a set of questions that I prepared. And my first question for you is, when and how did you hear about ESC? And what made you join ESC in general?
It was 2022. Actually, it was not that popular in that time. So I think I found out on Instagram, because I'm not sure about it. And the thing is that I'm in general into new cultures, new countries. I love traveling and also I love volunteering as well. So why cannot do both at the same time? And
Exactly.
here I am for ESC.
Well, for me, what made me join ESC project, or like how did I hear about it in the first place, was through a friend. And it was a friend who came to my university city and she told me about ESC, Erasmus Solidarity Corps, how it's an EU initiative managed by European Commission. It's for people from 18 to 30 who want to benefit the community and work on their skills. And I liked the description. I was like, yes, I am in this age group. Yes, I want to make the world a better place. And yeah, I want to travel to a new country. So all of these things kind of made me want to go abroad and take this chance, essentially. I wanted to meet new cultures, meet new people, and work on my skills and be a better person. Exactly. What did you look in for a project when you were applying to a project?
For me, since I'm super social, extroverted person, for example,
I can confirm.
Okay. For me, it's better if it's about children, like teenagers, in general, people. I have to interact with them, like talk with them, spend time. So that's what I look for. For example, if it's about nature and stuff, it's also like nice. But for me, and
You're
especially
a people person?
Yes, exactly. Especially children, because like they're so naive and fun to hang out.
Okay, cute. So your project did involve people, I suppose?
Yeah.
Would you say that what you looked for was something that's similar to your interest or something that you're interested in, right?
Yeah.
That's what kind of motivated you to...
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I see, because I share the same.
Yeah, we are the same.
So I also was looking for a project that piqued my curiosity. That's something that I was interested in, or that I already did like back home, and that's how I ended up here. Essentially, I like doing workshops. I like being with youth, and the youth makes you youthful.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
so I guess that's my reason, or what I looked for. But also, I have to be completely honest. One of the reasons why I chose Krakow instead of like a smaller place or a village is that I wanted to avoid language barrier as much as it was possible. And that's something that you should know before you apply to a project. That some of the organizations will ask you to have the certain language skills of the target language where you're applying to. So
Be careful.
be aware of that. Exactly. How is your Polish, by the way?
I'm not so good.
Nie mówię po polsku.
What the hell?
What is that one?
What is that?
All right. So my next question is, how did this application process look for you? And did you have a person or someone helping you out with the whole process?
Nice question. Actually, I
Thank
handled.
Came it up myself.
Okay, I handled all the process all by myself. I had no one, and also like since it's not like I said, it wasn't that like popular thing to go for a volunteering and. Like
Sorry to interrupt you, but like, why would you say it wasn't so popular? No one talked about it?
Yes, people didn't know about it
Mhm.
that time, like 2 years ago. But now I see lots of Instagram posts about it. 2 years ago, I had no idea what the hell, like what is the ESC like?
Okay.
Because there was no Instagram pages about it, and right now we have like a Turkish side of Instagram. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I mean. Actually, I almost applied 100 of projects. Maybe I wrote motivation letter and. Okay, as a non-EU country, it's hard because they want people who don't need visa. Since it's like easier process, you need to apply a lot if you are like from like me from Turkey or from like I don't know any other countries. So just apply a lot of like projects that you interest, of course, and plus you can also go to try countries that do not ask for a visa for the first time because it's easier, but. I wrote motivational letters for each one. It was hard process, then visa and everything else.
Oh my god, I cannot imagine sending like hundreds.
You have no idea.
It
was
and
really
motivational letters. Like at
Yes.
the 50th one, you're like, I want to leave.
Exactly. It was so hard because I had to write different one for each, so it's like like a death. Maybe like more than 100 by the way. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. You personalize it to the
Yeah.
organization, to what they are asking for what you have to
Yes.
offer.
They are tended to choose green passport people or like EU countries, like not Turkey. So
Not
it's
the
like
Turkey.
hard, yes. So.
Okay. But how did visa process look for you?
I mean, it was
You also did that by yourself?
yes, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Thank you.
she's a warrior.
It was nothing. That time it was kind of hard because I couldn't find what do you say reservation like that thing to get visa. I
Okay.
couldn't find one. I couldn't go to the center for visa, and like it was kind of hard because I got the visa last time, like last week maybe. So it was kind of stressful and everything.
Week before you need to
Yes,
leave.
yes. No, not leave to go. Like yeah, leave from Turkey. Yeah, okay.
Wow,
So it
living
was
life on the edge.
Yes, exactly. So it was my first time going out somewhere without my family as well. Like for the
Okay.
like because I was 19, so I never go anywhere. It was 2 months, so really a long time for me
Yeah,
as a 19-year-old girl. So
As a 19-year-old,
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, stressful, but it's worth. I can see that. Yeah.
Now, like looking back, do you
Yes.
think it helped you?
Yes, exactly. I was out of my comfort zone.
What made you go out of your comfort zone?
Like I said, I am passionate for traveling, so that's why, and like also like volunteering and traveling. These are two main points. So I keep pushing myself, and that time I also push myself. Like, if not, then when?
Exactly.
I
Not now, when?
Yes, exactly.
Now
Yes,
is when.
now. Yes, because life is too short.
Yeah, in this moment, everyone, right now, leave this podcast. Well, not yet.
Not yet, wait.
9 more minutes with us, and then leave.
Yeah, then go.
Then go take the opportunities. Have you heard about European Youth Portal?
Yeah, I heard, but I don't know that much. Like, I heard it.
Okay, so you were not applying directly through European Youth Portal?
No. There was some Google forms for that.
Okay.
They open for each project, so
Mhm.
I applied from there. I
Okay.
didn't use that one, but because like I tried, but it said you cannot because I think I'm from Turkey. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I tried, but maybe now we can. But in that time, I can.
Okay, we will fact check that. Why I mentioned this is because that's how the process started for me. I went to European Youth Portal I was told this by my friend, and I was literally going through projects based on like what I was interested in, or based on all the things that I mentioned like previously. And once I found the project that I was interested in, I would send my application, which basically meant like filling out the Google form, which means writing your motivation or saying what skills you have that could help the organization, or how do you think this could benefit you in general, or what's the overall motivation, have you traveled abroad, have you ever done Erasmus projects before, and stuff like that. I also did apply to a lot of projects. I wouldn't say 100. I'm sure around like 20 organizations I have sent applications. And I'm saying this for everyone who thinks like they didn't get a reply back from someone and they want to give up. Please don't give up, because we did it, okay?
I did it, yes.
We did 120, like, you know, it gets better. Trust us, it gets better.
Yes.
But like this process can be tiring. So you have to know that some organizations will already have filled a spot with the volunteers. Some organizations will arrange interviews, but maybe after that interview you will realize, oh, this is not what I'm interested in, so you will kind of go your own way. While there are some people who will not reply. And that's the reality of applying to projects. And that's why a pro tip is to apply to as many as possible and then wait.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Because I was like, okay, after I like applying to like 100 of projects, maybe more, and I was like, okay, maybe I won't go, like, because I also, okay, one more thing, I applied to an Erasmus mobility and I got rejected, and I was crying like, oh my god, I couldn't go to, like, it was Poland, by the way.
Oh.
And then after a week I got accepted by this project, so do not give up and just be hopeful. It will happen.
Yeah, something else will happen.
Yeah, just happen, yeah.
Do we have a sound effect for that little moment of yeah, just be hopeful. Okay, perfect. So be hopeful. Also, you applying to projects, and some organizations will reply to you back and they will say, okay, maybe we filled the spot now, but in some time we will want more people. So they will keep your information, of course, with your consent, and then
they email you or something.
Exactly, in case like you don't get accepted the first try. All right, so after we applied to the project, in my case, I got help from my sending organization. Did you have one?
Yeah, I had one, yeah.
Okay. How would you describe a sending organization?
I mean, nice question. Actually, I wasn't that, like, I had one, but I didn't keep in touch with them a lot. But, like, to describe it, it's actually a bridge that, like, in your country and that country that you will go, like, they have connection. Just document process, that's what I know. Like, they, you know, help you, and also like about the language and the place you will stay. Maybe also they know about it, so that like if you ask them, they will help you in general. But
with any questions,
any questions, they will answer it, and they have contacts from that country. That's what I know.
Yeah, so basically sending organization is organization in your country. It does not necessarily have to be in your hometown. And they help you with any questions you have prior to going to a project, or also while being on a project. But in some cases, maybe some people will become more independent after they join a project. They're like, I can do it by myself. I can do it with a broken heart.
Say the reference. Okay.
But yeah, and then from there, like after sending organization helped me out with bureaucratic stuff, it was just a matter of like signing the contract with the host organization here in Krakow, and then buying the tickets for getting here. Now that we got kind of a little introduction in like what ESC is and what we had to go through, tell us, what did you do? What was your project about, and how long was it for?
It was a short-term project, and it was 2 months. Actually, it's really simple and basic project. We had 2 youth centers, and one of them with the children with disabilities, and the other one is teenagers mostly, and they live there. And for the 2 months, during the 2 months, we prepared activities with the other volunteers. Like, for example, with the disabilities, the children with disabilities, we need to prepare more like games that you might need like brain, like not the physical ones, because they had some like, problems. And so we prepared like games like that. And on the other hand, the teenager ones are more like card games and board games. Like,
okay, so you had different age groups and
Yeah.
different kind of
different age
caterings for
groups.
them. Mhm.
Yeah, so we were talking about like what can we do and gathering together, and just it was really nice. And also it was a village that I went to volunteer, so it was nice, like tiny village and children.
Cozy
Yeah.
atmosphere. So you said it was for 2 months.
Yep.
Okay, it's important here to note that HS project was a short-term project or
Yes.
short-term volunteering, which means that her volunteering could not extend longer than 2 months. And for my case, it's not like that. I'm doing a long-term project, which means that I'm volunteering more than 2 months. I don't think I'm ever gonna press the right one. There's like 6 buttons and I cannot learn any. Anyways, how would you describe the overall vibe of the organization, of the place, of the volunteering? Like, what's the takeaway that you have from the overall experience?
Okay, for me, besides the taking care of children and etc., for the like with the other volunteers, because like we were so like, for example, I had an Italian friend, like we were like 3 Turkish people, one person from Bangladesh, and others like Spanish, and so it was like really multicultural. So it was really nice. Also like Georgian as well. For me, like I said before, I love new cultures. Also, I like learning new languages. When I was in there, I tried to learn their language. Also, I tried to learn Bulgarian as well to, talk with the children, because they don't speak English at all. So we have to like Bulgarian or translate.
Challenge, but
Yeah, that's a challenge. So that challenge made me learn their language and communicate them better.
Yeah, of
so
course. You were put in this situation. You were like, okay,
yes, I will. Okay.
now or never.
yeah, exactly. So
When will I ever get to learn Bulgarian?
Yes, never. So I try.
So now.
One more thing, that it improves your English like a lot, because like you are forced to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one guy who doesn't speak English, but I was like, okay.
Oh wow! How did you communicate then?
Like no idea. Okay, I translated something to Spanish and I talk Spanish.
So my final question for you is: do you have any advice for people who are thinking of applying but aren't sure yet? Like, need some convincing. So
Like most people, like especially in Turkey, they were like, I don't speak English that well. I'm scared to speak English. I'm scared to travel. Like it's so far away. What can I do? Why don't you shoot your shot? I mean,
now or never.
now or never, because I don't know. Like you will make new friends from another like countries.
It's eye-opening, right?
Yeah, it's eye-opening. Exactly. You will change your point of view, like to your life and everything. You will be like I definitely will say that you become a new person. So why don't you?
Why don't you
Like,
change?
go.
God, change.
Just
Yeah,
change.
it's definitely like gives you different perspective on
Yes,
things.
exactly.
I would say, and you become changing.
Yes, totally. Yeah.
It's not necessarily a bad thing to change sometimes.
Yes, I think it's really good thing, especially about ESC. So just go for a project.
What I would advise you is that you should be clear of what your interests are. When you apply to a project, be sure that you know that you are going to be fully committed to everything that's asked from you, and the rest will kind of come naturally to you. Once you know, set the goal for yourself, once you know what you want to achieve with this, and everything else, it just like fits into place. You meet new people, you meet new places, you meet a whole new country, you discover so much more outside of your own bubble, which is a nice thing, I think.
Can I add one more thing?
Of course, you can add one more thing.
And for me, like, I hear that people only applying to projects, like, because of its the location. For example, it's Switzerland. Oh my God, Switzerland looks so nice. Like, it's so random because most people, like, they don't choose projects, like, the topics, but the countries. So don't do this because you might get bored.
Big no.
Yes, because like we had a person like this. She was like so tired of the project, but she only chose the Bulgaria to travel. So like, don't do this. Like, not recommended.
You will have tasks like you are there
Yes.
on a contract. You know, you're there with a. You're expected to. Yeah, your mission exactly.
Yeah,
like
you're not free in there. So
exactly, like it is nice opportunity to travel to see the world, of course. But like you're applying, and there are other people who are applying as well with you, and you have to think about them as well. You shouldn't just be like selfish about like, oh yeah, I want to travel, so I'm gonna go here, and I don't care what other people want to do. No,
don't do this. Yeah.
Don't do that. That's
big no.
That's a do's and don'ts. This is a don't. These were my 6 questions that I actually had prepared. And do you have to add anything?
Like I said, just apply. And if you're not that introvert, just go for it, because that's for you. But even if you're introvert, just apply because it's worth it.
You will find your introvert friends there too.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, perfect. We're gonna wrap this up, but of course we can like chit chat afterwards. We can yap more. Thank you everyone for listening to this episode, and thank you Ete for coming all the way here to meet me and talk into mic. Let us know if you want to hear more volunteer stories on this podcast. We sure have some stories to be told. And have a nice rest of the day or the night, depending where you are. And it's Patricia and
Ete
out. They did it.